What's up, everybody? EMV here, and I hope you all find this video very informative. I'm going to try not to rant too much, and I'm going to level with y'all about my opinions on the current state of the game, how far we've come, and where Sega is taking us. And if you like my content or want to support the channel, be sure to slap the like button and subscribe. If you don't, feel free to comment below about why not, and I'll keep trying my best to bring you what you want to see so I can earn your subscription. This headline was a disaster. I mean, it was really, really bad. I've been seeing all sorts of insane comments on Reddit and Twitter and other places. Is the community finally waking up? Is the game dead? Or has it been a corpse all along? And even though the development team is finally showing some long overdue transparency, will it be enough to bring this beast back to life? Long gone are the days of Barlodos and Yerks, and a lot of players, I think, are starting to sound like a bunch of old men babies.
Everybody needs a bottle in the morning, but since babies can't drink coffee, I have my juice.
Sitting on their lawn chairs, or cribs, or whatever, griping and complaining just to have something to talk about. But they're not exactly wrong either. NGS has been through some shit. From its rushed global release, it's really no surprise that the game has felt drastically different from the original PSO2 release that force-fed global players over 8 years of content within the span of just a single year. NGS is bigger in every way than its predecessor, with its wide-open world scale, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. Patch after patch, the Sega team has worked tirelessly to bring us more scratch tickets and dead-on arrival content. They've pitched different quote-unquote in-game loops over and over to the community, trying stuff like impossible carrot-on-a-stick drop rates to sucker people into playing, time-gated materials, which are made irrelevant months later, with catch-up gear, and the same tireless copy-paste event every other month. Don't worry, though. For all their screw-ups, they are taking SG sources out of the game while simultaneously ramping up different ways you can spend this deceptively expensive currency. Things have gotten better with time. There's no doubt about it. Sega has put in work and delivered on most of their promises. Added in a whole lot of quality of life updates, which go largely unnoticed, since just about everything they add should have been there from the start. With the now called version 2 update, they aim to roll out even more quote-unquote content, which they showcased on the last NGS headline. We got a sneak peek into the long-awaited creative spaces, which is supposed to be a replacement for both personal quarters and alliance quarters from base game. A lot of people were expecting more peeks into the gameplay, and I'm confident that those will still be coming later. I mean, after the Slayer patch and Duels quests and more limited event quests and event urgent quests, that department is taking a backseat to the more creative, customizable features they plan to bring to us. And to be honest, the character creator is why 99% of the players are still playing Barbies and Halfa throughout all this bullshit anyways. For me, as a content creator, I have really been looking forward to creative spaces. And I have to say, I was really impressed, but I do have concerns. We'll get to that soon enough. The Sega devs showcased a ton of options for customization that I was not expecting to see. Like, we're going to have the ability to link different sound effects and triggered events to things like pushing buttons or activating switches. What does this mean? Obstacle courses! This is huge for the creative community, and now Sega doesn't even have to develop their own game. Just give the players the tools to do it themselves. This is fucking genius. Who has more time to sit around and invest hours and hours into building the ultimate rat race than some weeb without a job and no life and all the potential in the world would do it all for free? This was a stroke of genius on the part of Sega to milk countless hours of content, letting us chase our own tails. It also gives us the ability to express ourselves in endless different ways. I'm so excited to see what everyone comes up with inside their own personal creative spaces, and also to see how the community comes together, to work with their friends on shared projects like alliance castles, hangout spots, event venues. This is going to be so awesome. I think a lot of people will change their minds once they see what awesome works of art the player base starts to share using these new tools. However, there is a caveat. This is Sega, and there's always a catch. There's going to be yet another currency system. All of this is tied to NGS points. We have no clue how grindy or pointless the bullshit they give us to do to earn this new currency will be as of yet. We have no clue what the cost will be per piece. Others will be paywalled behind SG. I'm very nervous about how they handle this situation because they might take a fantastic, amazing concept and turn it into a nightmare if they don't handle this properly. Additionally, some of the tools you'll have access to will be locked behind AC paywalls. And you already know whales will be scooping these up and flipping them sky high if they're desirable. And they will be. Everyone and their brother is going to want some of this stuff. So the markets are already going to be strained. The problem with all this is nobody wants to grind pointless shit in a sea of pointless shit to grind in order to go grind some more just so they can build all these amazing creations. They definitely don't want to RNG SG scratch so that they can get access to some of the more vital or flashy pieces of their obstacle course or dream home. You know how you could work in game grinding for months and just barely be able to afford one hair? What about doing that so quest complete dialogue appears, or just to get a blue button to match your red button, or moving a treadmill to complete your ultimate challenge course? We don't know yet which items will be locked behind which paywalls, and this is very concerning. The people who have time on their hands to make this stuff often don't have full-time jobs. They're not going to be scratching, so they will be at the mercy of whales who won't even use the stuff because they're too lazy and they're just looking to profit even more off of it. This is going to limit the creative community, and it will cut players willing to engage in these types of projects in half, maybe more. If it's not handled properly, this could be a real problem. I really hope, especially as Creative Spaces system progresses over time, we don't see this type of thing, but I fear that we will. I just don't see why Sega didn't give us the keys to the kingdom to start with, instead of using this as just another way to inflate their lack of in-game content with more busy work and time gating. We will have to keep an eye on things as they progress, but I'm tentatively looking forward to how all this develops. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And hang in there, ARX operatives. Things are getting better. But just don't miss out on all the great people and stuff that's going on right under your nose as you look to the future for something to be excited about. You might miss out on a lot of great stuff that's just been there all along. We're still here for the community, our friends. And I think it's easy to lose sight of that. Let's give the development team another chance because, what the hell else are we going to do? You ain't deleting your character. Sega got you with their sunken cost fallacy and FOMO clause in so deep. And so just try to enjoy the ride while you still can.